Back with another daily devotion. Today, the Revised Common Lectionary, the list of readings prescribed for each day throughout the calendar year, brings us to another piece of Hebrew poetry. This time, it's Psalm 29. Listen to these words from the 29th Psalm. Ascribe to the Lord, heavenly beings. Ascribe to the Lord in holy splendor. The voice of the Lord is over the waters. The God of glory thunders, the Lord over mighty waters. The voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. The voice of the Lord breaks the cedars. The Lord breaks the cedars of Lebanon. He makes Lebanon skip like a calf and Syrian like a young wild ox. The voice of the Lord flashes forth flames of fire. The voice of the Lord shakes the wilderness. The Lord shakes the wilderness of Kadesh. The voice of the Lord causes the oaks to whirl and strips the forests bare. And in his tempests all say, Glory. The Lord sits enthroned over the flood. The Lord sits enthroned as king forever. May the Lord give strength to his people. May the Lord bless his people with peace. Poetry like this is not intended to convey an intellectual concept, or for that matter, even a theological principle. The purpose of this kind of poetry is to evoke a feeling. It is that sweeps across the land. The waters roar in the sea. The trees bend and break and are stripped bare in the wind. The wilderness shakes and trembles under the force of the storm, in the sound of the thunder, the flashing of the lightning. Sometimes life feels that way, doesn't it? As though we are in the midst of a swirling storm. On every side, every way that we turn, more trouble, more difficulty, more turmoil, more problems that seem insurmountable, greater than we have the strength and resources for. Problems in our relationships, problems in our families, problems with our health, financial difficulties, struggles with co-workers, struggles in our society and in our communities. Sometimes all of these things can overwhelm us and make us feel as though we're drowning in the midst of a storm at sea and no escape from that storm in the land either. But this poem also encourages us to sense that there is a voice that transcends. There is a word that rises above. There is a message that is not in the midst of the storm, but is over the storm, and in some ways calls us up and out of the storm that swirls around us. It's the voice of the Lord, the voice of the Creator, the voice of great peace and great calm, the voice of majesty, yes, but the voice of compassion as well. And the voice calls to us in the midst of our storm, in the midst of our struggles, in the midst of the raging world around us. The voice calls to us, come up here and be at peace. We're reminded once again of the beautiful words of Julian of Norwich that ancient Christian mystic. She wrote, "All shall be well, and all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well." That voice is the voice of the Lord. Above the roaring waters, above the raging wind, above the tumbling tumult, the voice of the Lord, majestic, unshakable, all shall be well. Gracious God, in our days, whatever the trouble of our days holds for us, help us, first, not to be naive and think that these problems that surround us are not real, but help us also to hear your voice above, calling us higher to a more profound, a greater vision, a greater peace, a greater security, the peace that passes understanding, the strength that knows no bounds or limits, the love that will not let us go. And in our lives, O God, help us not only to experience this grandeur of yours, but to be, in our own small ways, messengers, agents, those who carry the word that the voice of the Lord is enthroned above it all. Amen. Thanks for joining me with this daily devotion. I'll be back tomorrow with another word. I hope that it will be a source of strength, comfort, and courage to you. And may God bless you and give you peace till then.